Okay, so we're going to start our quick review for our first day of class. So we're just going to do a quick review on understanding some whole numbers. So let's talk about place value first of all. So this is a decimal right here. These are commas. So if I were to put a number in these spots or numbers in this spot, so let's say I just have, I don't know, 8, 2, 9, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 0, 2, 1, and 5. Okay, so if we were just going to talk about our place values, which is what we want to talk about here, we're only going to do the numbers to the left-hand side of our decimal. So this 0 is in what we call the ones place. The 6, if we keep going to the left, is the tens place. The 5 is in the hundreds place. The 4 is in the thousands place. This 1 after thousands, if we go to the left, would be in the 10,000s place. The 3 would be in the 100,000s place. The 9 would be in the millions place. The 2 would be in the 10 millions place. And finally, we're just going to go one more. The 8 would be in the 100 millions place. Oops, let's spell millions right. I-O-N-S. And of course, you know that if we were to go one more to the left, we'd be talking about the billions place and then the 10 billions and so on. Now, actually, we're going to do a whole chapter, chapter 8 on decimals, but just a quick review because I know you've had it before. If we go to this side of the decimal, the right-hand side of the decimal, that 2 is in the tenths place. There's no such thing as the ones place or the ones place on the right-hand side of the decimal. This is in the hundredths place. Whenever you see the TH, it means that those are smaller numbers. Those are going to be to the right of the decimal. And this is going to be the thousands place. Okay, so now how are we going to use that in our examples and in our homework? Well, first of all, it says, if we look at our example, in the number 63,752,481, first of all, in what place is the digit 6? Well, if we look at this 6, and we look at where it compares up into our chart up here, we can see that that 6 is in the 10 millions place. What place is the 2 in? Well, if you look at the 2, again, this is ones, tens, hundreds. This would be in the thousands place. So that's a little practice with our place values. Now here it says, write this number in expanded form. Here's what they want you to do to write this number in expanded form. First of all, if I read this number, it's going to be 509,637. So what that means is we have 500,000. The 5 is in the 100,000s place. We have 0, what is this? It's 500,000. We would have 0 of the 10,000s. We would have 9,000. And then we would have 600. and then we'd have 30, and then we would have 7. So notice we have the ones place, tens place, hundreds, thousands. There's no number here for 10,000s because that places a 0, and then 500,000. So when they're asking you for your answer in expanded form, that's what we're looking for. All right, let's go to a small story problem here, again having to do with place value. So Tom withdraws $652 from his account. He requests the minimum number of bills in ones, tens, and $100 bills. Notice there's no 20s there. Describe the quantity of each denomination of bills that the teller must give Tom. Well, let's start with the $100 bills. How many of those will he need? Well, if he needs $600, that means he would need 6 $100 bills. Okay. And then this would be $50, so that would be how many tens? Well, that would be 5 $10 bills. And last but not least, he needs another $2, so that would be 2 $1 bills. So see how it kind of deals with place value. It'd be 6 times 100, or 600. 5 times 10 is 50, and then 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so let's review, do a quick review of what we would call comparison. In other words, this symbol means greater than. And this symbol means less than. So we would just want to put the correct symbol in here. Well, 5, I think you could probably tell me, is less than 9. Here we want to compare 3 and 0. Well, 3 is greater than 0. But 0 is less than 3, so it changes if we flip the order of the numbers. And over here, if we compare 11 and 6, 11 would be greater than 6. So again, this is just, these first few sections are just quick reviews of things that you've had before in other classes. So if we look at this number, if I want to read this number, you can see it would be 14,075,829. And if we want to round that number, so let me review rounding to you. This is the way that I do it, or teach it anyway. So if I want to round, first of all, to the nearest 100,000, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to identify what number is in the 100,000s place. Well, let's see, ones, tens, thousands, or I'm sorry, 1, 10, 100, thousands, 10,000s. This number right here, the 0, is in the 100,000s place. So I'm going to underline that. Now what you do is you look one number to the right. If that one number to the right is 5 or above, it makes the underlying number move up 1. If that number to the right is 4 or below, it's the underlying number will stay the same. And then everything after the underlying number changes to zeros once you make the change for the underlying number. So let's see what happens here. The underlying number is 0. If I go 1 to the right, that 7 changes that 0. It makes it go up 1, so it changes it to a 1. So the 1 and the 4 don't change. The 0 changes to a 1, and everything after that changes to a 0. So if I want to round this number to the nearest 100,000, it would be 14,100,000. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to quickly erase what I have here. So if I want to round it to the nearest 1,000, well, this 5 is in the thousands place. I'm going to look 1 to the right. Because that number's 5 or above, it's going to make this 5 into a 6. It's going to make it go up 1. Everything before stays the same, so that 5 changes to a 6. And then every number after that changes to a 0. So that would be 14,076,000. And then last but not least, this is into the nearest 10 million. Well, the number in the 10 millions place is this 1. If I look one number to the right, what is that 4 due to that 1? Well, because that 4 is 4 or below, it does not change that number. So that number stays a 1, and then everything after that number changes to a 0. So you can see that 14,075,829 to the nearest 10 million would be just 10 million. All right, and that is the end of that section.